This Shopify store right here did over $440.63 in sales yesterday with upwards of a 97% profit margin on the products themselves because they are digital products. And digital dropshipping is a type of e-commerce model that has not only been just profitable for me, but also for many others. The thing though is that this is somewhat new and a lot of people don't know what digital dropshipping actually looks like. So right now in this video, I'm going to be finding examples live so that way you can not only learn about digital dropshipping and see what winning stores look like, but also personally you can see how I'm finding these examples and how to do it for yourself. So without further ado, let's hop onto my computer and get started here. So right here I have an open Google Doc, which I'm going to be using to add the examples. And then in the other tabs, I have some different resources that we're going to be using here together to find these examples. And really, I have just a few criterias. One, it has to be a digital product. And two, I'm going to be looking more specifically for products that can be sold without showing a face. So that way you could do this even if you don't have expertise in a certain subject and don't want to build a personal brand. You can instead do it this way. So digital dropshipping, in simple, if you don't know what it is you're selling products that can be delivered to your customers instantly. They are digital products. And the reason why it's so profitable is because you pay for a product one time and then you sell it over and over. You don't have to pay a recurring product cost or ship anything. And this is in a market that's just continuing to grow. So right now is the perfect time to start gaining momentum, especially as we're getting into Q4 in just a couple months. And the second criteria that I'm looking for is just making sure that these products that I'm looking at in these stores are all relating to something in a pain point category of health, wealth, happiness, or relationships. Because these categories all include pain points that we as humans have in different things. Maybe we want to lose weight, maybe we want to gain weight, maybe we want to find a girlfriend, find a boyfriend. These are just examples of different problems that we all have in our lives and want to have solved. And the key with digital dropshipping is that people pay for convenience. People don't wake up and say, oh, I want to go buy a digital product. But they do wake up knowing that they have problems that they want to get solved. So the idea is to find a product that we can put in front of people that is a convenient solution for one of the problems that they are having. And that problem has to be valued at in their head more than the amount that they are going to have to pay to get access to that product. And I know it maybe sounds kind of complicated if you're just hearing about this right now, but it's going to make more sense here as we get going. We find these examples and seeing how it actually works. If you really want to get some proof of concept first, just to show you like this is something that actually works, is by going to Etsy. Etsy is a platform you could sell a bunch of different stuff on here. I personally don't like selling on here because it's a very commoditized platform. You have people selling things very, very cheap and everybody's kind of selling the same thing. And also you're at the disgrace of their platform. So I prefer to build, my own platform when I'm selling digital products. So that way I can build my own brand and not someone else's. But what I do like about it for research purposes is that I can go here and see what's actually selling and how many sales they're actually making. So for example, this is a type of product that is being sold by someone who has a YouTube channel. And since the guy has a YouTube channel, he has some leverage, right? Like he can promote his stuff. And what he's selling are these digital plans for these different pieces of furniture and accessories and all these things. But as you can see here on his Etsy store, he has 83,330 sales. If we do 83,330 times, let's say, an average order value of $12, which in my opinion is like too cheap to sell a digital product for. I prefer to sell them at higher prices. Then that's still almost $1 million. And I would assume that he's making these himself or he's paying a low cost to have them made by maybe someone on his team. But every time he sells one, like he's not having to make a new plan. He's not having to print it out and send it. No, it's completely digital. As you can see right here, it's a digital file type. PDF. And this is just to show you some proof of concept of someone who is selling on Etsy itself. But I've also seen other people start selling this same type of product on a separate platform and more in the form of like an anonymous brand. An example in a similar niche that came to mind is this store right here. This is on Shopify, and what they're doing is selling CNC machine designs. So it's kind of a similar ideal audience, but this is taking the anonymous approach, which is more digital dropshipping style. In the pain point category these would fall under would either be happiness if they're doing it as a hobby, or wealth if they're getting these designs and these things to be able to, sell their own versions of it. So now I actually want to go ahead and find some new examples here together with you so that way we can mark them down on this doc and you can see them and see the process, etc. And this platform I'm on right now is called Dropship.io. It's not mine. I don't own it. But if you want to try it out, they have a trial link and I have an affiliate link in my description. That way, if you end up continuing to use it, then I get a little bit of a kickback. And really the main thing that I use this for now is just to try and find different digital products. Now, they used to have this tool that worked absolutely flawlessly where you could see how much in sales Shopify stores were actually making. But now that function doesn't really work how it used to. Most stores aren't going to track on here. And because of that, it makes it a little bit more complicated for actually finding the digital dropshipping stores on here. But we could still find them, and I'll show you a way to kind of reverse engineer potentially how much in sales it's actually making. Now, everything on here is going to be a Shopify store. That's another downside to it, but that's kind of what I'm looking for. For stores like this one that I just showed you, this is on Shopify. This is what I would consider, a digital dropshipping type of store. So let's try and find more of these. So the first thing we're going to try over here for our search is deselecting all these categories and just going directly to digital goods. And that way we can kind of see maybe if there's anything catching my attention. The next thing I'll do is sort this by digital product. So click here. Now it's going to show us digital ones. Okay, let's see if this is anything that makes sense. So far, like these aren't probably what I was looking for. This is kind of like what I was just showing you actually as an example. This is just a different store. This is probably not one that I would want to put on that list. And really what I do, it maybe is kind of boring, but I kind of scroll through here and look because the results aren't perfect. You're not just going to find like a digital dropshipping store immediately. You kind of have to go through these and see what catches your eye and if anything makes sense for what you're looking for. So then I can go to next. And look, there's a lot of pages on here. And one thing that can make it a little bit kind of difficult right now is that you used to be able to filter on here by the sales. So what I could do is make sure that this is a store that's in minimum doing $1,000. And that would just kind of help find things that are actually more so like winning types of products that are actually selling. So now since like this has me going through so many pages and I'm doing this live here with you, I'm probably going to test a couple things just to see like if I can find something that is more what I'm looking for. So what I like to do is maybe try some keywords. Like let's look for ebooks first. Like ebooks are pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Let's see if anything is kind of what we're looking for here. Course Hustle Shop. I've seen this one before. I don't think it really is like exactly what I'm looking for because they're doing low ticket, but nonetheless, it is an example. Like they have little courses in here and stuff like that. This one is not really what I'm looking for. So let's go back over here. Keep scrolling. So right now I'm finding a couple different things that may kind of fall into play with what I'm looking for. And I'm just going to open up the tabs and we'll kind of filter through them as we get there. So let me continue through here. I'm just on page 3 right now of the ebooks themselves. So let me continue through here and I'll see you in a second. All right, I've gone through 11 pages so far and I've opened up some tabs. So let's just see if anything that I clicked actually makes sense. Ebook about brutality supplements. Okay, probably not something I'm looking for. They just have a little digital product add-on. Women Empowerment Corner. Maybe kind of, but I don't love it. I'll leave it there. This one, this is for nursing study guides. These are pretty popular actually. Kind of any type of education that has to pass a test, it's a good selling point. I have a mentor that does over $1 million a month selling products for helping people pass this test right here, the NCLEX. And this is digital delivery. So I'll exit out that one, leave this one for now. Real estate marketing templates. I like the idea of this. Let's see what else they have on their website. Okay, cool. It's a lot of different templates specifically for real estate agents. I like that they're selling it at more of like a higher ticket price than just like the $20, $30 type of thing. That really just breaks them out, of that commoditized market. Like you wouldn't be able to sell the same thing on Etsy for $3.49 because if I go on to Etsy, for example, and I search here, real estate templates, okay, well, now I'm going to find things for $5, $10, right? But here, putting it on your own brand, now this just creates more opportunity to not only build your own brand and have more control, but also to be able to charge higher prices. So I'm going to put this one on the list for here so far. Number 1, blossoming real estate. And one way to see potentially how much in sales they're actually making is using a tool like this right here, SimilarWeb, where I can paste the link, see how much in traffic they're getting. Okay, not a ton. If it's less than 5,000 a month, then this is relatively new and there ain't nothing crazy going on here. Now, this one has some physical products on there too, but let's just add it there because it seems like their nursing guides are the ones they run the most of. So another tool that I like to use to check if something is active is I'll put the URL in the Facebook ads library and see if they're running any ads. So surprisingly, it looks like right here, they're not even doing any ads on Facebook specifically, but maybe they have another marketing platform they're using because they're definitely getting some traffic. Here it shows they're getting around 8,000 visitors a month. So let's just say, for example, if their average order value is $30, this is just a random number right now. Maybe it's higher, maybe it's lower, and they're getting 8,000 visitors. let's say, what is 2% of 8,000? Just pretending they have a 2% conversion rate would be pretty standard. That would be 160. So now if we do 160 times 30, that equals $4,800 a month. Now, I would expect that they're probably doing significantly better than that, maybe around the 20 to 30K a month mark. But honestly, I don't really know because it's not my business. This is another one I got from the research, the AI Influencer Playbook. I like the idea of this one because this is something that's becoming more and more popular. People making like OnlyFans models using AI, like building their social media. Interesting. Even here on Etsy, there's a couple different things about AI influencers, at some low prices. It doesn't look like they're moving a ton of volume yet, but it's definitely something that's becoming more and more popular. Now, one thing I should note as well is PLR products. If you haven't heard of that, essentially it's where you can buy the rights to these products to resell as your own. So it looks like this one right here says it comes with the PLR. So that means I could basically buy the rights to this and resell it as my own, which also shortcuts the process once you do like have your niche and decide a product that you want to start selling. So if I said, okay, this is a niche that I want to get into, cool. Well, maybe this is a product that I want to buy the rights to for $27.50 and, resell it over and over after I modify it and make it more valuable. So I wouldn't say this is like a winning example. I think it's a good example of a niche. I'm going to put this here in the meantime and maybe something will replace it as we keep moving here. This was another one. This doesn't really look like something I'm looking for. I'm just going to exit out of it. This is the MRR Collective. So this is more of like a store that's even just selling PLR and MRR products themselves. This is something that has been somewhat popular lately, which is taking an approach of more so a general store and targeting the niche of people that want to buy these types of products. So they just make a ton of different digital products and just sell them for people to use, sell, whatever they want. Here they're getting almost 9,000 monthly visitors. And let's take a look at the price that they're selling these things at. So let me just do shop all, and they're selling things for 20 bucks, 9 bucks, 47. So relatively low. So we could guess that, maybe this store is making, 10K a month or so, maybe a little more. We don't really know exactly. Pretty small Instagram following, not running any ads on Facebook. We'll add it here and maybe narrow it down. This was another one I saw, social media calendar. Now, this one I've absolutely seen before. This is like the ultimate general store when it comes to digital dropshipping. I usually prefer to take more of a niche route, choosing a specific niche and then selling one specific product at a time just because it limits the opportunity for distraction. Like if I go into this website or a potential customer, they're going to be on here and scrolling for a lot of different things. And, if you're a beginner and you're just starting out, you haven't even made one sale yet, this is just very complicated, very distracting, and very time consuming. I would recommend if you're just starting out, just to start with one product and start marketing it. Just try and get that proof of concept, your first sale, and then you can go from there and decide what to do later on. And usually what that looks like for people inside of DDM is they start getting some results with one product and one niche, and they say, okay, I'm going to sell some other things in the same niche. And I think that's the absolutely right way to go about it. This one, not really what I'm looking for. Um, this one, probably not. This one, probably not. This one we had looked at a little bit, but honestly, there's better preset websites. This one I saw as well is similar to one we put on the list. The next thing I will do on here, just to kind of speed run and see if there's some other things I want to see, is I'm actually going to select all, so that way I'm not limiting myself, because sometimes they'll put good digital products specifically in other categories because this thing just isn't perfect. So what I can do here now is try including these different description keywords. So we can use planner, we can do presets, we can do course, we can do instant download, and we can do search. And now we're going to look for things that have these in the description, which is different keywords relating to digital products. And we should be able to find some even better stuff here. And I'm also going to test this out just while it's here to see if it is tracking anything worthy that I like in this, $1,000 a month minimum mark. So now we have these digital products pulled up, and yeah, see you in a second. Okay, I've opened up a good amount of tabs here. Let's see if there's anything specifically that I'm looking at that makes sense here. These are sweet romance ebook bundles. Interesting. I really haven't gotten into selling ebooks, more so like for reading specifically. Usually, if there's something that I'm doing as an ebook, it's like that's like a very beginner level product, and we do it like just to solve a specific problem, like to help someone achieve something. Like one of the most popular ebooks is helping with like using a certain software or how to use this, how to build this. Like they solve a specific problem. Usually it's not just entertainment, but I think this is interesting. The Curvy Girl Club, the complete series. But I think the reality here is that if you're watching this, you probably don't want to be an author and sell these on here. You want to probably make money and make sales. So you want to just have a product that you could probably buy the rights to and start selling. So for that reason, even if this is doing well, I'm not going to have it as an example here. This one, okay, that's cool, but not really what we're doing here. This is interesting. The thing with this niche is that you want to find some way to stand out because otherwise, a lot of people sell these different types of things. So that's why if I'm trying to do something in this space, which I've done, is we try to solve a specific problem for this ideal customer more than just the like presets. So to give you an example, maybe that's helping these people, whether they're photographers or videographers, showing them how to use a specific tool to help them either get more clients or produce better results for their existing clients. So maybe that's showing them how to use an artificial intelligence tool or something like that. It's the same niche and ideal audience, just a different angle on the product side. So that way you're not selling the same thing as everybody else. But let's take a look at this website here and see, what they're doing traffic wise. It doesn't look like they're doing much. So what I'm going to do is just add this to the list, but we're probably going to replace it with another one that is actually pushing some volume. So that way there's some more proof of concept. This thing I don't really like, but this actually is a cool type of digital product. So I want to search real quick here. Travel itinerary. I spelled it wrong. How do you spell this? There we go. Itinerary. Search. This is kind of what I'm looking for right here. Like these are guides specifically for Bali where you can get these digital products, and essentially people are making these different digital guides for people that are visiting certain locations, so that way they can have, like, let's say the digital Google map made, tells them like how to prepare, where to stay, what to do, etc. I've seen this be very, very popular actually among some pretty big stores. Also had some other tabs I pulled up from there, and this one looks more so like a niche store for digital planners. Planners is another type of winning product. They also have Google Sheets on here. Let's see if they're getting any traffic. Okay, similar. It looks like they're getting around 9,000 visitors a month. Let's put this here. Another type of planner store. This is here a presets. Nothing crazy. Skincare coach, ebooks, reels, templates, workbooks. She pushing weight though? Nope. I don't think the store is pushing weight, but this is like a little marketing trick while I'm thinking of it in my mind right now. I see this new stickers every week. I don't know exactly what they're doing here, but this is a good way to keep people like incentivized to buy from you, is by having something to look forward to. Like, oh, if you get our planner, we're going to send you new stickers every week. Like that's something that is a big selling point actually that a lot of people wouldn't think of. They just think of doing like a discount or adding something else. But if you make that promise and you fulfill on it, then that's something that's very valuable. The birds and the bees. Nope. Let's go here. Canva template. Search. All right, I just found a new preset store for us to replace that other one with because this one here is actually pushing some more weight. They're doing nearly 20,000 visitors a month, which is much, much better. So let's take this one here and replace number 5. So this store is pretty cool. It's a little bit more advanced in terms of how it's set up, where it's a membership you have to pay for, and then you can get access to all these products that she makes. And they're all like Canva products. But what I like about some of the products she has on here is they're angled more in like what I call like the digital dropshipping 2.0 model, where you're selling products not just to the end user, but to people that have a specific use case for it. So for example, this fitness program is an editable template. So instead of selling this directly to someone who wants to lose weight or do something at the gym, you would sell this directly to a coach or a personal trainer that can then use that to get more clients or help their current clients. Now for these next couple, I just want to take a little bit of a different approach and try something like this on the Facebook ads library, like this basically, where we can search different keywords that relate to different types of winning digital products and see if we can find anything good. Because so far we've just been looking at Shopify stores, but let's go here and filter by active. So now we're only seeing active ads that are for digital planners. So let's check out a store like this. Okay, they definitely need to work on this page a little bit. It's looking a little bit off, but let's see if they're pushing any traffic. Similar web showed a pretty small amount. It looks like they've just started running this as of recently. So in that case, we could also do a filter and choose an exact date or date range. So now we're seeing ads that match the keywords, are active, and also have been running since July 1st. And here we see a couple different ones. We can scroll down, see even more. And the Facebook ads library here is a free resource that basically anyone can use, I'm pretty sure. So if you want to try it this way without Dropship.io, you can absolutely do it. And it's pretty fun to see this. So let's just take one of these planner stores as an example and put it on here. And let's find another one. I want to show you another type of winning digital product, Notion template. And what we're going to do here is filter it when active ads before July 1st. Right? Easy Elementor. Amelia Notion. This is a classic one I've seen before. Follows a similar structure. It's just like other digital product templates that are selling. It's just for a different niche and different ideal audience, specifically that's into Notion. There's some more here we're finding. Like this looks pretty cool. The ultimate podcast system, which is a Notion template just for a specific pain point. They're selling it for 29 bucks. You see how this is a digital product that solves a real life problem, people that are looking to build the ultimate podcast. It's a pretty cool digital product, actually. So now that you've seen this, I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to do some more research, put together more examples, and then give those to members inside of DDM on our Discord. And if you want access to that, you can learn about my upcoming digital dropshipping challenge I'm starting. Just message me the word YouTube on Instagram. That way I know you're from this video, and I'll give you a special offer for us to work together. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a big like, comment, and subscribe. Peace!